Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain for You. Today's topic is going to be, I hate my pain. So, before I get into that, we'll take a couple of deep breaths. Thank you for all the feedback. I asked about that in yesterday's video, and you guys overwhelmingly voted to keep the breathing in. And no offense to the people who said, no, you don't do that, I always fast forward it. A couple of people pointed out that the people who get annoyed by a little bit of breathing and relaxing may be the people who need to do it the most. So with all the love in my heart, I challenge you to kind of slow down and take a couple of nice, comforting, calming breaths. So we'll do that, and then we'll get into a nice, loving topic. I hate my pain. So breathe in the peace. Exhale the noise and the static. Breathe in the nature. Exhale the indoors. Breathe in the confidence. Exhale the doubt and the fear. So, can't tell you how many times I hear people say, I hate my pain. I can't be indifferent to it. I hate it so much. And I get it. Pain is supposed to get our attention. Pain, by nature, is designed to say, hey, pay attention. Something's wrong. Right? And even just think about animals. You know, poor animal twists their foot in a hole, and then it starts limping. It got the animal's attention that said, hey, here's some pain. Don't put your weight on it, right? So pain is supposed to get our attention. TMS pain, if we dig into it and people say, well, is there a message there? Other than to say, slow down, take care of yourself, feel your emotions, I don't know that there's necessarily a deep, dark, sinister message behind TMS that we have to find. I think overall, TMS pain basically is saying, hey, pay attention to your emotions, feel them, calm yourself down, right? And slow down a little bit. Be nicer to yourself, right? Maybe that's the message. Maybe it's more involved than that. Maybe I'm selling this topic short here, but hating your pain is basically letting it own you. It's discomfort, period. These are sensations that we've been taught to believe are painful and are taught to believe are, you know, the worst thing in the world. And they can feel that way. But I will absolutely guarantee you, hating your pain will not make it go away. You cannot, and I said this to somebody the other day on the phone, I said, you cannot hate your pain away. It's just not going to work, right? Neuroplastic pain. All pain is neuroplastic pain. All chronic pain is, excuse me. You smack your hand with a hammer, it gets better quickly. That heals, normal. But if that is still hurting you 6 months later, that's learned pain, neuroplastic pain. All chronic pain is learned pain. And if we can learn it through fear, focus, and anxiety about the pain, we can unlearn it, right? Neuroplastic pain wires, and we can teach the brain to unwire it. How? Through focusing our attention away from the pain. Because if we keep on staring at it and hating it and being so frustrated with it, it's going to stay wired, right? And so hating your pain is not the answer. Hating your pain will keep you in it. I also talk a lot about danger signals, right? We want to teach the brain that we're actually okay. Despite this crazy world, I'm safe in my body, I'm safe in my thoughts, I'm safe in my emotions. And if you're running around hating and so freaking angry at your pain, are you safe? Or are you in a combat mode, which has a tendency to raise our adrenaline, our cortisol? Guess what happens with your pain levels when you're firing your adrenaline and cortisol and stress hormones? Pain's going to go up, right? because the nervous system amplifies, when under stress and when flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. So, don't hate your pain. It's not helpful. You've heard me joke and say, but I'm not joking. Nobody ever got better by freaking out. Nobody ever got better by hating their pain. I get it. It's very uncomfortable, massively sometimes. But they're just sensations. There's no danger. There's no harm. And the best response to calming yourself down is soothing reassurance and not fighting it. Not, some people are like, be a pain warrior, fight it, just push through the pain. I don't know that that's helpful. What's going to happen if you just push through the pain and go to the gym anyway, and let's say you got back pain and you start doing bent over rows and all sorts of heavy duty stuff, and your back starts hurting, and then the next 3 to 4 or 5 days or weeks, it's in a major flare up. What have you just taught yourself? Definitely not safety. Your brain's going to look for connections like, wow, I really pushed it at the gym. I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I hurt myself. Maybe. What if? It's physical. And so diving in and being this warrior and fighting your pain and battling it oftentimes backfires, right? There are some people who've done it and just said, screw it, I'm just going to walk anyway, even if it hurts. But doing it in a battle way, I think, is counterproductive. However, if you take a walk and you start hurting, if you can be indifferent and be like, okay, whatever. Kind of thought that might happen, but no big deal. I'm going to enjoy my walk anyway. Oh, look, a squirrel, right? Just pay attention to what's going on presently. And I keep saying it, indifference. It's like the golden ticket that got Willy Wonka into, not Willy Wonka, Charlie into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This is a golden ticket. The indifference really is, because it sends so many positive messages to the brain that says, I can't be in danger, because if I was, I wouldn't be saying, whatever, I don't care. And so, indifference is way better than hating your pain. And I get that it's massively uncomfortable. I get that it's screwing up your life. I get that there's so many things that you can't do. But if you know what TMS is, and and you've done the assessments, and you accept that that's what's causing your symptoms, don't care. Don't care about the pain. Hating it will only keep it stuck. Focus keeps these neuroplastic connections connected. And if we're focusing on it and hating on it all day long, we're probably ruminating in the stories about the pain all day long, thinking about it, focused on it, fearing it, thinking catastrophic, worrisome future thoughts. It's not helpful. So, that's about it. If you're hating on your pain, decide, and it is a choice, to shift. Shift to, okay, I'm either going to hurt right now or I'm not. And the best way I can influence that, not control it, but influence that, is through my choice on how I respond. You always have a choice on how you respond. If you react instantly with, son of a bitch, right? That's a reaction. But between every trigger and our response, there's a pause. And in that pause lies your ability to soothe and reassure yourself. Wow, TMS is kicking again. And laugh and think, wow, this is wild. Watch the laser show called Chronic Pain in Your Body. It's wild when you can step out and detach from it and watch what's happening with fascination. I used to tell an old coaching client, isn't that fascinating? That's a great response to chronic pain. Isn't that fascinating? Well, I know it's just TMS. I know it's good, so reassure myself. Mindset, soothing. Calm down, breathe deep, right? Calm your thinking. Focus on living your life. Somebody told me a story this morning how you know, usually these long drives are brutal. And they got in the car, and halfway through, the pain really spiked. And he says, you know, I chose not to give in. And I kept going. And before I knew it, the pain was gone. But he didn't freak out. He didn't fight. He didn't scream. He didn't hate on it. He just basically said, all right, I'm driving, so whatever. And in that instant, he taught the brain something very important. That the pain doesn't have to own you. It doesn't have to control your day. That it's not this big scary monster, you know, jumping out of the closet. It's just a sensation that's unpleasant, but it's not dangerous. And so in that instant, he told the brain, all right, I'm going to keep on driving because I got somewhere to go. And he kept going. Before you knew it, the pain was gone, and he was good most of the day as a result. So how you choose to respond is really important, and hating it absolutely is not the right answer. Hating on your pain is a lot like freaking out about it. All you're doing is sending danger signals and keeping your nervous system in fight or flight, in the stress response, adrenaline, cortisol pumping. That's definitely not the way to calm your nervous system down. So, if you are prone to feeling like you hate your pain, look for another way. I recommend indifference, but yeah, hating's not a good thing. So, love you guys and gals, and we will see you tomorrow.